Welcome back to Easy English Daily. I'm Claire, and today we are diving into something that is honestly a little bit stressful.
A little bit? I think traumatizing is the word you're looking for, Claire.
Fair enough. We're talking about the hidden cost of living in America, specifically why a $20 dinner somehow turns into a $45 bill by the time you leave.
It's the Wild West out there. I went out last night and I'm still staring at my bank account in shock. We're going to break down exactly what happened so you guys don't make the same mistakes I did.
Before we get to Josh's disaster, let's do our daily pop quiz. Josh, in a restaurant, what is a gratuity?
Oh, that's easy. It's just a fancy word for a tip, right?
Exactly. But here's the trick. Sometimes you'll see automatic gratuity on the bill. Do you know when restaurants usually do that?
Usually if you have a big group, like 6 or more people.
Spot on. If you see autograt on your bill, don't tip extra on top of it unless you're feeling extremely generous. It's already included. Okay, Josh, tell the people what happened last night. Where did you go?
So I went to this new place called the Brick and Barrel. Very trendy. You know, the kind of place where the waiters wear leather aprons and the menus are printed on recycled brown paper.
Ugh, I can smell the expensive artisanal sourdough from here.
Exactly. So we sit down and the server's super nice. He immediately asks, would you like sparkling or still water for the table? Now in my head, I'm thinking, I'm on a date. I want to look like a sophisticated guy. So I said, let's go with sparkling.
Josh, no. You fell for the oldest trick in the book.
I didn't know. I thought maybe it was like a fancy perk. But then he kept coming back. Every time my glass was half empty, boom, he's pouring more. He went through 3 bottles.
Let me guess. You looked at the check at the end?
$12 per bottle. $36 for water, Claire. I could have bought a whole steak for that.
That is what we call water shaming. They ask the question in a way that makes tap water sound like you're asking for water from a puddle.
I felt so played, but it got worse. At the bottom of the bill, there was a wellness surcharge of 4%. What is that? Am I paying for the chef's yoga classes?
Not quite. A lot of restaurants in cities like LA or New York add a wellness fee to help pay for staff health insurance. It's controversial because a lot of people think the restaurant should just pay their staff more and raise the food prices instead of adding surprise fees at the end.
It feels sneaky. And then the iPad came out. You know, the spinning iPad of doom?
Oh, the tipping screen.
Yes, the option started at 22%, then 25%, then 30%. There wasn't even a 15% or 18% option. I had to click custom just to leave a normal tip. And the server was standing right there watching me.
That's tip-flation. It's a huge topic on TikTok right now. People are getting tipping fatigue. It's when you feel exhausted by being asked to tip for everything, even at a self-service coffee shop where you pick up your own muffin.
It's getting out of hand. I love supporting local business, but I felt like I needed a math degree just to pay for my pasta.
It's definitely a cultural shift. We should show them how to actually handle this, because if you see a wellness fee or a $12 water, you can actually speak up.
Wait, really? You can ask them to take it off?
Most of the time, yes. Let's play it out. I'll be the server. All right, here is the check for you. Would you like to use Apple Pay or a physical card?
Oh, I'll use my card. But, sorry, I noticed a $12 charge here for water. I thought that was just the table water.
Oh, that was the sparkling mineral water you requested. We don't offer free refills on the bottled stuff.
Ah, I see. My mistake. Also, what is this equity fee at the bottom?
That's a 3% charge that goes toward our kitchen staff's living wage. It's standard for all our guests.
I understand the goal, but since I'm already leaving a 20% tip for the service, is this fee mandatory?
It is optional, sir. If you'd like, I can head back to the terminal and remove it for you.
Yes, please. I'd prefer to just handle the tip myself. Thanks for explaining that.
Okay, let's break down those phrases. First, table water versus bottled water. If you want free water, always say, just tap is fine. It's a magic phrase in the US that saves you money. Second, mandatory versus optional. Don't be afraid to ask if a fee is mandatory. If they say it's optional or voluntary, you have every right to ask for it to be removed if you don't agree with it. Third, back of house. You heard the server mention kitchen staff. In the industry, we call them the back of house. The servers and hosts are the front of house.
Let's practice some useful lines. I'll say the phrase, and Josh, you lead the listeners in repeating it. We'll leave a little space for everyone at home to join in.
Just tap water for the table, please.
Just tap water for the table, please.
Is this service fee mandatory?
Is this service fee mandatory?
Could you explain this surcharge?
Could you explain this surcharge?
I'd like to leave a custom tip.
I'd like to leave a custom tip.
Great job! Josh, any final advice for our listeners before they go to dinner?
Yeah, read the fine print on the menu. If it says surcharge added to all checks, believe them.
So true. Thanks for listening to Easy English Daily. Hit subscribe and we'll see you tomorrow.
Bye, everyone.